You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along. A siren serenade, you're ringing out to pray. Your love's a wreck and you know it's wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Overdrive. I am your GM of TBL because your Overdrive GM is playing tonight, and hopefully he's not getting his ass whooped. I'm here today with my co-host, Joe Mojo. What's up, yo?
It's Friday, and you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. TBL is in full swing, and the first round matchup was very interesting. We had a literal matchup of good and evil, Royal Knights versus the 7th grade Demon Lords. It was amazing.
Who came out on top?
Haven't had a chance to watch the match itself since I was helping out my wife with a couple of projects for our daughter's graduation party tomorrow, so I wasn't able to kind of get the full view of it.
It looks like Royal Knights has come out on top in that matchup.
As they should.
7th grade Demon Lords not able to take the dub against the power of Omnimon and the boys. When they roll up, who but a Gatsumon or a Psychmon to help you try to stunt the Royal Knights in place as they pressure you with the onslaught of the Knights.
And the funny thing is, the 7th grade Demon Lords player does not run a psych, so he had no way of preventing cost reduction. However, on that note, Gatsumon was assisting the Royal Knights for that exact same reason.
Gatsumon probably in there for the mirror. Your opponent can't play Digimon out by effects. It shuts down the opposing Omekamon play. It shuts down Omekamons off the Cool Boys. It's a pretty big thing there. But we are at the end of round 1. We've got Panzer with the resub.
Sub.
Why am I still here? I don't know. I've made worse life decisions. We've all made worse life decisions. We
Yes,
apologize to all of you.
Snuck it in there.
We apologize to all of you who are looking to tune in at 7 o'clock. We had some technical difficulties, but they are worked out now. We are live over on YouTube and on Twitch, so shout out to both audiences. We're about to be in for a fun night. We've got 12 players, 3 rounds going in to round 2. The round 2 pairings are up. Joe Mojo, you have the option to choose what table we go to.
Oh, I do now. Let me just get a sneaky peek here. Let me just refresh the page. Why don't we pop in on the table 1 for our illustrious GM?
Let's go check out that Overdrive GM and let's see how he's doing. Let's see if he's going to get his ass whooped or if he's going to lay the ass whooping down tonight. Find out tonight on Dragon Ball Z. Oh, wait, this isn't
Dragon Ball Z. You have to you got to get the bass in there.
Find out tonight on Dragon Ball. Find out tonight on Dragon Ball Z.
Close enough. Now, the matchup, although I would like to see our GM do well in this matchup, however, the matchup itself is very interesting.
I am very intrigued as well. I was actually thinking of a list very similar to this.
Yeah, looks like we have our GM Dan continuing his purple hybrid mission to prove once and for all that just because you ban Matt does not slow the deck down one bit at all. And it looks like he is up against a mixture of Tyrannomon and just Medusa good stuff. I say good stuff because I'm seeing little splashes of Tyranno in there.
It is the truest iteration of a red good stuff. A red Liberator good stuff is pretty much where this deck is at.
Oh, for sure, because I've mostly seen lists from at least the Medusa side of things to where they run the level 3 to 5 but the 6 is usually like not really Tyrannomon, but at this point Gaiomon, especially with that new promo Gaiomon paired up with the EX4 one. Oh my gosh,
This Dragon
devastating.
King, baby. Hell yeah.
It flows so well together, and it's just turbos it out, which is hilarious because the top end for Medusa is mostly used for Galaxy from what I've seen, but I will admit I try not to look at Galaxy lists because I will get an aneurysm.
Our players are about to begin their match. They are going through the mulligan phases. Let's pop over to the table. Let's check out Overdrive GM Dan on top, taking on OK Cade on the bottom. Dan piloting, like Joe said, Purple Hybrid. You know, a lot of people like to give up on decks very fast. We saw it with Numamon. Numamon is a very good deck, and and then people said, all right, cool, it's not Helmet anymore. What's the next Helmet deck I can play? And then Purple Hybrid came out, and everybody was on Purple Hybrid train, and then it got hit. And where is it now? But it's still a good deck.
Interesting. Opening up with the Koromon going into Uko. Typically speaking, you would see Purple Hybrid players using the Cupimon or using the Demimeramon just to get that Ondulation draw one, trash one. But
I'm not gonna spill the spice here, but I'm just gonna drop a hint, and if you get it, you get it. You using the wrong mic? No, E-Hero, it's not using the wrong mic. It's just because the mic was really far away. I should sound better now.
I believe I saw the spice. That Atomic Barrage?
Atomic?
Yeah,
you mean Atomic Inferno? Yeah, so that's one of the spice. You see, he's also got the Muchomon in here. So I can already tell you right off the bat, the intention here is just more draw power. Because draw power is king. And Koromon, what does Koromon do? Koromon gets you a draw. What does Ukomon do? Ukomon gets you cards in hand. If your Ukomon's already gonna die, like the Demimeras are nice, you get to draw one, trash one. But let's say your Ukomon ends up living, because Ukomons do have jamming, you get to get that extra draw. But more importantly, it gives you the Muchomon that Dan is playing. Muchomon is going to allow you to draw a card when you attack a player. So it's going to be a draw 2. And you're not going to trash anything. That might be something you want, but you don't have to worry about that if you don't want to trash anything, which, given what the deck is doing now, you don't necessarily want to trash anything. You probably want more of your things in hand because you want it to just be milled. But with that being said, you do have access to not only some good draw rookies, but you get access to some other good rookies that really help you into the meta. You've got the Shamanmon, that's your memory floodgate for red. You've got your Solarmon, that's your play cost floodgate for red. You've also got your one of Rush Giamon for game, because of course you can never discount that.
No, never.
Red package, very big take here. Dan does get this mill 2, draw 1, gets the rival set, and it just gives him a lot of more flexibility, especially not only the Atomic Inferno, but another card that I'll just say if there was one card that should have been hit on the ban list along with other cards that were hit, this card should have been there. So it's going to allow him to be a real Ignorant is what it boils down to. And so being Ignorant in today's card game?
You say Ignorant, I say aggressive as well as you're not just getting draw power, you're also chipping security to a point where you can get, at the very least, 2 Tamers set up and just go ballistic. Especially because that's 2 securities down when his opponent is still kind of in the setup period. Looks like he's trying to go for the Owen, but he might also be trying to look for that champion.
I mean, there's a lot of pieces to look for because we are playing a red deck, and we all know what red decks do. They do what they do best.
Yeah. Unfortunately, brick up so hard, you can pretty much build a house.
That's a fact. We just saw the Digimon Liberator promo, which I would throw up on screen if my tool was working. Unfortunately, it is not at the moment. Which
I hear that happens to most men.
The fixing. Yeah, I know, right? If I had access to my laptop, I could probably just fix this up.
I don't know, Let me try this. Did it work?
No, it's there's something in what I put on the server. So when I made changes a few weeks ago, I centralized one thing so that we all could use it. But something isn't syncing up there properly. So
fair enough.
I have an idea what isn't. I just need to get into the code and fix it. And I haven't looked at this code in 3 weeks from the last time I deployed it.
Oof. But back to the game state now. It looks like Dan is definitely trying to add some more pressure to his opponent. It looks like, yep, going into that Duskmon, probably going to switch the Elizamon to a separate color so he can get that mill for 3.
That's definitely a fact. Elizamon's about to become purple, is what I would do, unless Dan does want the Velgar to die here. I don't know. Me personally, especially because this is a red deck, I wouldn't want my thing to die. I'd want my opponent to try to deal with it. So I'd change it to purple. That way I could delete that to delete the Agu. On that
it's good board control.
But Dan is somebody who likes to play very aggressively, using the Duskmon and the Koichi to not only gain some memory back, but also
getting that security attack +1.
Play out his Tamers. But this is a 13k Velg swinging on 2 checks here with that Atomic Inferno. That first check is a security Tyrannomon, which does get played out, but it is about to go bye. Well, actually, no, not necessarily. It depends what Dan wants to do here. Because if he pops
the Eliza, he would have to pop the August. So it looks like he's popping himself to pop both of the rookies. So it's the same result, except nothing really much on board. Dusk is probably going to have to play out the Koichi from its source. Yep. And then he gains a memory off of the Koichi's effect. But, never mind. He already has.
Yeah. He'll probably just play a Death Slinger off here to end the turn, is what I would assume. But I see he's poking through that hand to see what he's going to get rid of. He does have 5 security, so he doesn't have much to worry about in terms of aggression, and he does just end on that other Koichi.
Yeah,
this is...
Go ahead. Well, I was gonna say with that Koichi, he can definitely get the Dusk back from trash, like once he swings. So he's probably just thinking of like just recursion for when he needs that last check, so he can go hybrid for game.
Right. This is the part of the Dan game that I don't personally understand. Nothing wrong with it. This is just, it's the way he plays the game. And I think it's because we have 2 differing play styles of how we play. Personally, I'm the type of person I would have, if I was going to end up at this board state, I would have left Velgar on board. I would have popped Eliza, assuming that he made it purple. Popped Eliza to pop the Agu, leave the Velgar on board, and then probably just play down the Tamer anyways, unless he needed that card cycle, just because it would have left me a body on board for next turn.
The thing about hybrids is the thing about hybrids is you don't really technically need a body on board to just go ham and just completely wipe their entire board to kind of shift the momentum back into your control. It's like all you really need is just those 2 Tamers as well as that Shamanmon in the back. That's essentially 3 swings.
Right, but if he had left it on board, knowing that he's gonna have to Digivolve again, it would have been a body that Tyrannomon would have need to dealt with here. So what happens now is the Medusamon is gonna play out the token. It's going to pop the token and it's going to trash security because Digimon are going to get deleted. This would have been able to swing into the Velgar most likely, but it also would have just given him a memory, let him play out the Tamer again, and it might have been the type of thing to mess with your opponent and say, all right, cool, I've got this thing on board, so be careful what you do. What's getting played out here? Or is he passing?
Well, he did have to Evo into Medusa, and that's 4 cost, even though it is reduced cost by 1, if I remember correctly. It looks like we're using Koichi's effect. 4 memory, 1 security left on his opponent's side of the board. If he can pop one of the rivals to grab the Duskmon back.
I hate this guy.
Oh, blinding ray.
I hate this guy.
He is
I
ensuring that he
I hate everything
doesn't
about this
lose
guy.
here.
I hate everything about this guy.
Swing that last security, plays the Owen, and now hybrid for game. Of course, got to get the draw for the. Yep, there it is.
Yep, he already got the draw. He's gonna change some colors. He's gonna do all the processes because you just want to make sure you do that in the event. Yep, and your opponent just scoops it up because he knows that's game. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the way that he played that turn out. I'm just saying, like, that's the Dan way of playing. Like, he always pops the Duskmon at the end of attack. There's rarely a situation where he doesn't. But there are just situations that I look at, and if I were the player playing Purple Hybrid, I probably wouldn't bother trying to pop the Dusk unless, like, I'm really trying to cycle through my hand, just because if I was going to end up playing a Koichi down anyways, I would just play it down and just say, all right, cool, I've got a Velgar on board, I've got this other Tamer chilling here, and I've got this Digimon and Raising. GG. Good luck.
Another thing that you risk by leaving a body on board is playing into your opponent's own strategy. Like, they had to get that petrification token out to trash more security. You didn't want to really put yourself into a bad situation. Like, I mean, there's only so much that you really can do, but like, one of your biggest benefits is, like, you don't really need bodies on board to kind of shift it back into your favor. All you need.
Oh,
really
gotcha.
need
On the Medusamon way, when any of your opponent's Digimon are deleted, so it would have deleted the Velg. Actually, would it have? Because I don't know if it was high enough deep, or is that only on your turn, the Velg?
Let me double check.
Velg is, yeah, for the turn. All right, cool. So yeah, that wouldn't have mattered then, because that would have swung over and then played the token out, and then end of attack, you could pop the token and trash the security. So yeah, all right. Got that. Understood. I know Dan's gonna listen to this back, and he's gonna be like, "See, Varney, this is why you don't play Purple Hybrid." Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, fine. Just play there. Good kitty. My cat Smokey is being a little attention-seeking right now.
So a strong turn one from Danny gets the Shamanmon in Raising, which is the Memory Floodgate. Doesn't really matter much against this Tyranno Medusa hybrid deck. But more importantly, he gets a Koichi in the trash and one on board. So whenever he inevitably does his purple hybrid combo, he's going to be able to play out whatever he wants to play. On the Medusa side...
On the Medusa side, I think he's definitely trying to get more any kind of Tamer out. Because if you want to use half of what they do, you need that Owen, you need that Ryutaro.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems with just both Tyranno and Medusa currently, Gino said you bait for a Tyranno-based deck. You really, that's
rough, buddy.
Wait, does he have the Dusk Valg? Does he have Dusk Valg, or is he just gonna go straight Valg?
Well, I think he might go straight Valg. Nope, Dusk and Valg. Well, you know.
He won't have.
Probably
he doesn't have
Velkin.
He doesn't have the Velkin trash though, so he's gonna have to hard Digivolve.
Correct.
If he has.
If he has it, of course, but he's probably gonna just turn the Eliza purple just like he can get that mill 3.
Yep. Look at that. He got both hybrids in trash now too. That's a
2
perfect
Velgs
mill.
in trash. That is disgusting.
Damn, and an Owen. Damn. What a security.
Is rough, buddy.
He's gonna pop self to Poppy Lies? Oh. He opts.
Did he not do end of attack?
Interesting.
Checks into the other Owen. Let me
Interesting.
Something. Okay, so end of attack is optional.
It is optional, but it begs the question: if the Elizamon was purple, he could have just popped the Eliza to pop the Tyranno and then done the superior mode play anyways, because it allows him to swing, and he doesn't need to raid, so it would have gotten rid of both bodies on board.
It may have been a misplay.
Possibly. But now, this is a very tough spot to be in for Medusa, because you can't efficiently deal with the superior mode, because Valgar has Retail!
Well, also it has a fuck ton of like DP right now.
It does. What is it? 13k, I think. 11, 12. 11, 12
Plus
13,
the
yeah.
6k, plus the 6k that it gained from the
No, that's just for the turn.
current. Right. So yeah, it's like 13k.
But it's a
right now,
13k retail monstrosity sitting here.
Like we're swinging in
Ooh.
to security, counter into Dark
Ooh.
Dramon Ace.
Damn, that's it. GG no re. Digivolve 1 and then pop all lowest play costs. So, and then I think he was swinging into it. So yeah, oof, big.
That is
oof.
rough, bud.
Hold on, what is this Dark Dra Ace? Let me double check this. Delete
It's
all
like a
lowest
mini
play
ruin
cost.
mode.
Yeah, it's just a Digivolve 1. Why is this Elizamon still on board? What the fuck?
Yeah, honestly, like the bigger stack should be on board still.
No, if it was swinging into the superior mode is what I was assuming it was doing, then it definitely just would go away to this because of the Digivolve. But then this should pop the lowest play cost, so that Elizamon should be gone. God damn it! Why is it still here? I need to like listen in. It should have been gone last turn, in my opinion. And then it definitely should have been gone this turn.
Well, last turn would have been like just choosing it, but this turn is definitely just like a misplay on rules.
Yeah.
Also,
But Dan's in a strong position nonetheless. He's got a scapegoat, 14k retail monster sitting here. Is that a Ryotaro now? God damn, that security cracked.
I know. I mean, 3 checks and 3 Tamers.
Wait. So it's been a fucking Tyrannomon and 3 Tamers and security. That's crazy.
Absolutely bonkers.
I wish I had that kind of luck.
Yep, same. Honestly, it would have helped me out.
I'm not good enough.
Like that kind of security would have helped me out in regionals this past Sunday. Also, new reveal, egg.
Digitamamon. All right, so Dan is set up strong here.
I still remember his voice in frickin' Adventure. It was funny.
There's probably no out for OK Cade. This is the one problem. This is why I like, whenever there's a hybrid heavy meta, I like Tamer Destruction decks. I really liked Lucamon, but Lucamon didn't do enough. The illusion of choice also was a very big and problematic thing, unfortunately. But now we have Galactic, which deletes Tamers with ease. And it's nice because when you're in a meta, I'm gonna just play down my Tamers. I always hated Purple Hybrid for the fact of it being, not that I actually hate the deck, but I hated playing against it because it was like, all right, you're essentially playing like an aggro kamikaze deck. I'm gonna come out, swing, delete myself, replay the same Tamer I just died with, and then I'm gonna do the same thing next turn. It's SpongeBob meme to the extreme. And I hate that shit because I can't interact with your Tamers. But now we got Galactic in the meta, and Galactic looks at those Tamers and he says, thanks for the food, bud. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
And it's very easy to get that promo Destro on board.
Exactly. But we do see that OK Cade has turboed into the Dino. So the Dino is going to pop the lowest, I think it's like lowest DP when it digivolves. Dinomon is, pop lowest DP. So it's going to get Overflow 4 from this Dark Dramon Ace. Dan is going to gain a memory.
Gain a memory, play out a Tamer.
So he's going to get to negate at least. He negates a quarter of the memory, and he does get a Tamer. But Dino is now a big bad for Dan sitting on board because Dan will have to swing into this Dinomon. And while it is suspended, all your opponent's Digimon can only attack suspended Digimon. And Dinomon is sitting at a healthy I want to say, is that a Tyrannomon he pushed out there? Yeah. So I think it's sitting at a healthy like 16k. Damn, another Koichi.
Ooh, another
God
Koichi.
damn. So again, another thing I hate about these damn hybrid decks.
Yeah. Well, the good news for OK Kate is that he can't really hybrid blitz the security since it has to check into Dino. However, you can circumvent it by just like making Eliza purple end of it. Well, not really the end of attack, but you can still like try and delete Eliza to delete the Dino. Yes, that will trigger the Fortitude to trigger its on play later. But I honestly think that he's in a better position. He's not in a bad position now, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, OK Kate is in a pretty good position, all things considered. The only issue is Dan is playing a deck that, like some of the other problematic decks in the meta, have access to unmapped memory, as I've seen it been called, and I like that term, unmapped memory. Putting your opponent in a situation where you feel like you're okay, you feel like they can't win next turn, but because of all the unmapped memory, they pull the win out of nowhere.
Ooh, for sure, but
this Metro mob?
I believe it was the Metro. Oh, the Omnimon X. Yo!
Ooh!
Dropping the Omni.
Damn!
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, personally, I wouldn't have done it, but like...
Me neither. You just got rid of your biggest defense against him.
Yeah, it's only going to do this one check here.
Oh, no.
And it's suspended. So you don't even get to have it as a blocker.
No.
It does have 2 checks. But it doesn't matter because there's nothing to swing. Oh no, there he goes! Owen, end of turn. Wait.
The
Wait.
Owen rush.
Hold on.
I forgot about the Owen.
Can you stack the end of turns like that?
Well, it's a separate end of turn effect.
Yeah, but when it's the... What comes to mind is the Machinedramon ruling about being in the process of an attack, end of turn. Interesting. Hold on.
So how I'm envisioning it is that they both trigger at the same time. It's just Omnimons went first and then Owens went right after.
Right, but in my mind, they activate or they trigger simultaneously because end of turn. And then you choose resolution, so obviously you do Omnimon X. But after Omnimon X declares the attack, then I figure you go through what attackings and then you process all other end of your turn effects before the end of Omnimon X's attack. But yeah, I guess that's a way to do it. I will look in the judge Discord just so I'm sure. If I have that shit happen to me tomorrow.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't be upset personally. I'd be like, oh fuck yeah, you got it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be impressed more than anything. I'm like, I'll just be sitting there going, you got rid of your biggest defense against me. How are you? Oh, I died. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Damn, how the fuck do I search this is the real question.
I guess you could check like end of turn. Do end of turn effects like stack against each other in terms of like attacking?
Yeah, but I wish it was like easily searchable. I might just have to ask the question.
Dropping a Rival's Barrage on his discard. He must have something in his hand that he really, really needs. Especially because it looks like he did not draw into a rookie this turn.
Okay, let's see. What do we got here?
Ooh, dropping the Dimitri for 4. Must not have a rookie himself. Yep, going 1 into the Uko.
Okay, I think I got it here. I'm gonna read this out. So you cannot attack with multiple end of your turn. This Digimon attacks / may attack effects this once. Attack consists of multiple steps. These steps are declaration, counter timing, block, battle, or checks, end of attack. It is not possible to move from one step to the next if there are any pending effects waiting to resolve, and the attack process is not over until all of these steps and anything directly caused by them have fully finished. When you reach end of turn timing, both effects trigger, like I was saying. Remember that trigger and activate are different things. Yes, we know that. You must first resolve the first end of turn effect and declare an attack. Then you resolve any newer triggers, such as when attacking effects and things caused by those. But then you must resolve older triggers before the first attack can progress. It doesn't matter if it triggered before the attack was declared. It's still a pending effect and it's still waiting to be resolved. You can't save it for later. You have to take care of the trigger right now. If you choose to give it up, you fizzle on the effect. You can either choose to not activate the second one, meaning no second attack, or you can declare that you're attempting to. But if you attempt to, the second one will fail to let you attack because there is a hard game rule stating that you cannot start an attack while the other one or while another attack is ongoing.
So you cannot trigger a second end of turn attack effect.
Correct. It would be the same thing as 2 Omni X's on board, because 2 Omni X's on board still only lets you declare 1 attack.
See, so I knew about the double Omni, but I didn't know if it was a separate effect compared to those, if that makes any sense.
No, it's the same thing, because Omni X is end of your turn. One of your Digimon gains rush and may attack without suspending, and then Owen is end of your turn by suspending this Tamer. One of your Digimon gains piercing, then that Digimon attacks. Same essential wording. They both allow you to attack end of turn, but because they both happen at the same time, you can only process one. What would be important is if you had something like Alpha One or Yukin, just using that in the example, if that was chilling on board, you would do Omni X end of turn attack, gain 3 memory when the security is removed, then you can play something else and then use the Owen's end of turn to attack. But you can't if they both activate at the same time. While you can activate or resolve both of them at the same time, only one attack will go through. So yes, David, that was an illegal play.
So definitely Dan should have took round 2.
Yes. And now I feel I have to go into this table, so I'll be back.
Alrighty.
And we are back.
Hello.
All right, so they are aware, and they're kind of just playing it out now. So, Dan, I can almost... I'm not going to say that he would have had it, but knowing that he has as much unmapped memory in his deck as he does, I have no doubts that he would have had some way to deal with the big bad Dynamon. So, unfortunately, the power of Dino and Medusa combined, the power of Owen and his buddy Ryutaro are not enough to take down Koichi and his alternate spirits. Let's check out table 2 because that is a matchup I would like to check out.
Get. Let's see what we got here. Royal Knights versus Magidramon. Interesting matchup. And it appears as though that the Royal Knights are... Oh, yeah. Drop the Omnimon X has 2 tokens out from the Justmon. I'm curious how the Magidramon's going to kind of hold them down. I mean, they can definitely blitz through the security, especially if they have like the million Gravity Crushes. I assume they have some of them with the hand size there.
So I would assume that Magidramon has a big edge in this matchup on the sheer fact that the recursion is what keeps their onslaught going. But I could very well be wrong because, you know, it's raw. Oh, gosh, all right, hold on. Before I speak, let's see how this turn plays out because we just saw some unmapped memory come down. So we're potentially going to see DMT Life try to aggress for game here, but we don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's certainly a card. This is gonna pop the Omni X, which he can decoy because that is the Atho, Urane, and Poor token, as well as a Last Guardian. So, oof, he had double token on board. That's nasty.
Hey,
He will get to recover one.
how's it going?
Hey, Dan.
Hey, DMT.
How'd you like the deck, that build?
Gallimon didn't pop the 13k. That failed, so it does recover. And then the card you drew, yep, so that card goes to security. And then you can, yeah.
So Dan, the purple hybrid list that you got there.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Talk to me
You-
about it.
you-
Talk to
you-
me about it.
You dirty fucking...
Yeah,
you dirty
like-
fucking
thought about
Yu-Gi-Oh player. That's all I have to
thought
say.
about
You're a
it.
dirty Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Okay, whoa. What is that supposed to mean?
It means exactly what you think it means. Looking for
man.
every competitive edge to take his deck list to the top, even if that means that he has to say, fuck purple base, I'll go red base and I'll be damn ignorant if I have to.
What we thought
So
about it.
here's
For
so
Grab
here's what I'm-
Crush, you know, Jack Ray and a
So-
Blinding Ray in one deck.
So, Varney, here's what I'm hearing about that. It's oh no, Mac gets banned. What will I do? Not put the deck that I like down? I'm gonna try and improve it and make it better? Come on.
Now, what you're
It's
really
called having
saying?
Barney.
No. That's called being a greedy motherfucker. That's what it is. Dan
It's not
right
even
there.
better right now.
He's got 6. Dan was playing. He was said, "I'm fine with playing 4 Jack Green." All right, I'm fine with playing 4. And
Mhm.
then Matt got hit. He said, "You know what? I don't need Matt. I could play 4 Grav Crush, a Blinding Ray, and a Jack Raid." You greedy motherfucker!
Wait, you forgot about the most important part.
Oh, sorry.
Atomic
And your
Inferno.
3 Atomic Inferno. You greedy motherfucker!
Yeah. The Atomic Inferno was actually really funny.
Yeah, it's a nasty.
I didn't get a chance to like pop off with like what I want to do like in the games. Like game 1, I think it was like regular, you know, purple hybrid
Yeah,
stuff
you
that
just
won
watched them.
basically. But you know, being able to go Atomic Inferno into like for your Velgr, so your Velgr is like giant now because he gets his own boost plus that. Swing
Yep.
2 checks and then go Arrestor for another 2 checks is kind of crazy. Plus a rookie swing most likely.
Yep.
You're doing 5 checks immediately and you're just like. Now there's a chance of an ace play as well, as y'all saw.
I was
the
gonna
Dark Draw.
say, no one really expects the ace play when it comes to purple hybrid.
Nah.
Oh, we got a dropped Omeka, and Omeka's about to put out another Omni X. Yep, that's a board clear.
That So that game 2 that he ended up getting the game with the misruling, unfortunately.
I'm sure you had like 3 fucking memory
If he
gaming
had-
cards in hand.
I had 3 Grab Crush in hand.
I hate you. I fucking
And a Jack
knew it.
Raid. Or Blind Array. I don't remember which one it was. But like if he would have stayed on Dino, it would have been a problem for me to deal with that shit.
So that's what I was thinking when he did the Omni X play. I was like, how does he go for a game? And then so that's how I ended up looking up the ruling, because I was like, I don't think you can swing end of turn double attack. But I figured if he stayed on Dino, it would have been a problem for you to deal with. But with the amount of memory you had in your hand, you probably would have been able to deal with it.
So the issue was I had no hybrids in hand. I had a Galamon in hand, and I had obviously the rookie. So the play would have been to play. I would have like tried to gain as much memory as possible that turn. Play Gallon for I think probably 2 or 3, probably. The promo, not the promo, the BT13. Kill his small body first, and then kill Dino, and then let Dino kill Gallon, and then hope I had outs after that. Because I don't remember exactly what my hand was. I might have had arrivals. I don't remember. So like I would have had to done some stuff, unfortunately. Like, and then I would have to debate on having to raise that rookie, because if I raise that rookie, I can't play promo Galamon, obviously. Not promo, BT13 Gallon. So I probably would have to been stuck back there. And honestly, I mean, I don't think I could. Maybe I don't think I could win that turn unless I had rivals hand. I don't remember right now.
I believe you had arrivals on board.
Yeah,
Just
but I
went
needed
off
in
of my own
hand
memory.
to pop. Yeah, on board, yes.
Oh,
but
to pop board, my bad.
I need
My
to
bad,
pop
I wasn't paying
Dynamon.
attention
Yeah.
for 2 seconds. Yeah.
So
Well,
like
yeah,
I
'cause,
would have been
that
able to
would've been-
pop a.
Yeah, that would have been
No,
like
I'm
the
saying,
biggest
like-
roadblock.
Yeah, 100%. So that down suspended, I played Gallon. I pop his champion, and then swing, pop his Dynamon, and then Dynamon comes back Fortitude, and then he will pop my Gallon, and then at that point I don't remember exactly what was on board or on my hand. I know I had a Tamer, but I know I had no hybrid in hand. So then I had to figure out how to deal with Dynamon again, and if I had arrivals, I would have been okay. But like I know I had 3 Grab Crush in the hand at that moment. I don't remember what else I had besides that.
Sorry, I'm spreading filth to some friends of mine.
And what is that? Sharing that.
No,
You know,
nothing.
You know, I
It's
call
nothing
my
really.
deck list now.
It's not, I was gonna say it's nothing really bad. It's mostly just the song from this singer called Steven Rodriguez, who, the best way I can describe his voice is, it's like Isley Brothers, and just like it's just passion is, I guess, the best way of just like defining it. The dude puts his entire soul into it, and you can just hear it. It's amazing.
I call that
That's why they
deck
got a scoop.
RIP hybrid.
I hate you.
Red and purple hybrid, you know?
Red and purple hybrid. I hate you even
Yes,
more.
sir.
Not a hint.
I hate
Not
you.
a
I hate
hint.
everything about you. I hate the way you walk. I hate the way you talk.
All right.
Oh, man. That's funny. Hopefully I fight a like Sakuyamon or something next round. I don't know if Sakuyamon's playing today.
He said, "I'm trying to throw the fucking hands."
No, I just want to see like what other decks, like how does it feel against the top decks, because this is for tomorrow too. Like I'm placing this for tomorrow. I don't know if this bullshit is actually like working, or I'm just like, you know.
You know what,
Or
Dan? Maybe I'm gonna.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm gonna full send and play Dynamon for tomorrow.
Why?
Why not?
You haven't even touched the deck probably.
I know I'm building it right now. That's the problem.
So what the fuck you doing? Just play Galactic. Stop thinking this shit.
There
Well,
are
you're
no
gonna play Dino
Squeamons
with
in
no
this tournament.
practice.
Hey,
Megidra?
the last time I played a deck with no practice, I got fucking 19th or something. I think I got 17th.
This guy.
I'm
Well,
just
still had a
saying.
good concept of how that armor deck worked, though.
Ooh,
Yeah,
look
the
at new
concept of how Dino
Digitamon.
works. Yeah.
It's about in a while we've seen it. When Digivolve, when attacking, once per turn by trashing this forest, play 1 cost. Ooh, that's pretty good.
Egg.
That's pretty good.
Eggamon.
Any Evos over Nanimon for for the black box is hilarious. Are we canonically giving Nanimon Digitamon as his ultimate?
So wait, so we get the Danny DeVito looking Digimon going into the egg.
Yes. That
is amazing.
Correct.
I love it. I love Always Sunny. Such a good show. But yeah, kind of getting into the matchup itself, it appears as though we have Red Purple Imperial up against an Armor Rush. So another one of those unrelenting force versus immovable object kind of. Actually, no, it's unrelenting force versus unrelenting force in a way. The only kind of like immovable object that Armors has is once they get into Magna X. That's like the big like defensive wall that they have. So it's essentially a fight of Vmons in a way.
This is Red Purple Imperial. Interesting.
Correct.
There are some days I miss playing Magnamon. I don't
That's
regret
fun.
selling it because I made a lot of money selling it. But there are some days I miss playing it. Now that like everybody's not on Magnamon anymore, now it's funner. Because back when they weren't on Magnamon, it was fun. And then everybody got on Magnamon and then it wasn't fun.
And then they got back off Magnamon and it's fun again.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like at the in-store regional I was in this past Sunday, only myself and this other guy were playing Magnamon X proper. I think there were a couple of other people that were doing like Armor Rush featuring Magnamon X, but that wasn't the game plan of the deck.
Hey Dan, you got Magnamon. Oh, Dan's not here. Maybe I'll play Magnamon tomorrow if Dan has Magnamons.
I could send you a list, but you probably already have an idea.
I'm gonna be an absolute degenerate, and I'm gonna play the fucking cool boy version.
I can definitely send you my list then.
All right, send it, because that's the shit that I like fucking doing.
That's the spice, yeah.
It's so fucking stupid, but so fucking fun.
I got you.
Hey Dan, you got Magnamon X's?
Why?
I might play Magnamon tomorrow.
I have Reg Arts.
Yeah, I don't care. You got 4?
Yeah.
All right, I might play Magnamon tomorrow. I'll let you know.
Now, I will admit some of that is
Play
kind of my
Galactic
own-
already, for fucking sakes.
But I want to be different, Dad.
Jesus Christ.
I
Bro,
want to
if-
play the deck everybody else is playing.
If there's 64 people there tomorrow, there's probably gonna be like 4 Galactic, including you. That's it.
But I want to be the only guy who's playing this one deck.
There's gonna be multiple people playing Magnamon.
Joe, how big was your store regional?
48 people.
Dan, it could very well be also like 3 to 4 people playing Magnamon, but it's different because nobody's won
Exactly.
with Magnamon yet.
We're fucking trying. I
Never
can
mind.
guarantee you that. All right, we're going into the War Growl, milling 2, and probably going to be going into Megidra here in a moment.
Let me ask this, Joe. Do you play 6 Davis total?
No, it's 2 Davis, 3 Cool Boys.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Cool Boy. Yeah, because Omega.
Yep. He is so fun. Like he makes the deck so much fun, especially because of that gain 1, draw 1.
How many Omega do you play? 3?
2. You don't need
And
more than
then-
2. Also, definitely take out the Ice Ball for Medieval Gallant for the Aurora Knight matchup because it sucks.
And then how many what's it called? Omni X 2.
Just the 2. Granted, I will admit that's because I only own 2. Then again, yeah, that's like your biggest like.
I feel like any
That's
more
like one
would
of the-
kind of be a brick.
It would be, but also just one GX Ace is super funny. Paladin X
you
does
play
actually
GX
help
Ace.
against the. Huh?
I said, oh, you play GX Ace.
Yeah, you can just slide one of the magnets from trash into your source on the Evo, and then when you swing, so you can at least clear out 2 checks before you swing. Sorry, as
I
you're
just
swinging.
realized that fucking stream
And-
can't see this match because of the way that
Because
this
of the,
tournament.
yeah.
He's sharing his screen, so you guys are gonna have to look at us. I apologize. This is the only match left, and I don't have a way to.
It was
look at
on.
this
It was on
effectively.
the Twitch.
Was it? It didn't look like it was
Yeah.
displaying, right?
It was displaying.
I can double check
Let me-
myself.
Yeah, let me double check then.
Technically not really, because it looks like the
Yeah, no, that's just
cam-
one.
the
That's one camera.
one is
Yeah,
blown up.
yeah.
At least on the replay.
What regional are you going to tomorrow? Dan, what is it? Top Deck Games, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Sora no Kitsune. Cool Magnus base. Doing 3-2-2 split for Cool Boy Omeka Omni X is ideal. Yeah, that's what I think. 2-2-2 or 2 or 3-2-2. Varney, the only way you're gonna get to be a special snowflake in the room is play some absolute trash. I was thinking about playing some, not like absolute trash, but playing some not necessarily good trash. Playing a good deck
See,
doesn't
I'll-
equate invite, yes, for sure. But playing a
Oh, yeah, for
trash
sure.
one super doesn't.
At least in my case, I just wanted to play Magnum on X because that was like my pet deck for the longest time. Also, the one I put the most investment in, so I wanted at least some return on it by doing well. And I went 3-3, so it's not terrible, but not ideal either.
Let me look at your list. In Jersey, I had a friend who was going, but he already got his invite last night by winning the one at Knickknacks with Sakuya. Yeah, the one in Jersey. Oh, I gotta import this list. All right, hold on. Mega C. Yeah, that makes sense. Import.
Chad, I forgot to pop you out.
All right, let's see. What are we looking at here? Only 3 of that BT21 VMon feels so wrong.
It comes up more than anybody would give it credit for.
No, I mean which one are you thinking I'm talking about?
You said BT21, so the new one that reduces Evo by 1, that it's not once per turn, and people
Right.
I swear to God, people said that card was trash, and I'm like, you are fucking
Right.
insane.
That's what I'm saying.
card is
Only 3 of
busted.
it. Only 3 of it feels insane.
Like I mentioned, it came up in draws more often than I really gave it credit for. Also the EX1V there, that's like my own personal spice. Also just because like the unsuspend gain 1 came up a lot. I'm probably gonna switch it like to the floodgate, the can't reduce cost floodgate.
Play Raw Night. You have God knows how many more reps with that deck than anything else. Get invite, then you can play whatever makes you tingly for the rest of the year. Here's my problem, Panzer. You are 100% right. So is Dan, because I already know Dan's about to be in my ear for this shit. You guys are 100% fucking right. I should play the decks that I know and I'm comfortable with. However,
Correct.
I'm a fucking idiot. And in my mind, getting my invite with Royal Knights or with Galactic doesn't feel the same as getting it with something else like Dynamon or Magnamon armors. That's just because I'm a fucking idiot. So,
like, I get the satisfaction, but I kind of have to agree with Panzer and Dan, be like, just something that you're comfortable with, or something that you know, like the back of your hand, to where you can just look at the matchup and go, okay, this is what I need. This is what this situation needs. Can really go far.
I'm not comparing it to Dino to Magnamon. I'm just saying getting it with something like Dino or Magnamon is different than getting it with Royal Knights or Galactic, which are the two decks that I've had the most reps with. Counterpoint: less value on getting Invite with a rogue deck, instead transfer that into topping Nats with a rogue deck.
It's okay, I guess.
I
but...
feel more inclined to not fuck around with my Nats Invite or not fuck around at Nationals than I feel inclined to fuck around at Regionals.
Yeah, Nats, you kind of want that. You want you need a game plan. You need something that you know that you can secure that Worlds Invite with.
Four, 8.
Oh,
that's a lot of Magnamons.
it's probably not the ideal amount, but
Oh, it's just this deck becomes super tight with the with the Cool Boy Omeka package.
Yes, it does.
It's actually very easy. You place both cards next to each other and then look at them. I hate you. Oh, how much time we got left in this round? Okay.
Time's over.
The
Should
match
be
is
over
also
now.
about to be over.
Cool.
All the Royal Knight player has to do is just pass turn, and then the Digimon player decks out. Also, a Digimon player does not have game right now.
Okay.
Galactic is borderline
I
rogue after seeing the results graph for regionals. Royal Knight was the most played. Sakuya just below it, and then Galactic was third at half as many for Sakuya for tops. I have to agree though, the Cool Boy variant of Magnex is so fun. Yeah, that's the only way. Literally,
Yep,
when I sent it to Dan, I was like, this is the only way I'm going to play Magna X right now. And I thought I was being original. And then everybody was like, yeah, we can do the same shit. You don't hate me. I'm your friend. This is true. I don't hate you as much as I hate some other people. Dan knows who I'm
He
talking
means me.
about.
It's okay.
No, Dan, shake your head. Send that energy to him.
It's a whole fact, Cliff. It's a whole fact.
Oh, boy.
All right,
Like, you look at it at first and it doesn't make sense. Then you play it, and it's mad funny how good it is. Bro, I'm saying. It's like, oops,
It's so
you armor purged my Magnamon, and I just so happen to have Omekamon that is now not cucked by a King Drazel can't Digivolve on my turn protection ability. I'm just gonna Digivolve, and it's gonna be for free. That's the thing. It's so fucking stupid.
It's amazing.
Mine's is even stupider because I love playing Last Guardian with it, just so I could be even more ignorant. Even though I know that it
Last
is
Guardian
card
and
and
Magna?
stuff. Yeah, unless I get Cool Boy on field, I can't play it. But it's just as
Yeah,
fun.
I was gonna say it's not worth it for Magnamon. Trust me on that one. It doesn't really do much outside of protect Omnimon.
No, you're wrong. It searches your Magnamons. Varney,
have
I
other
love playing
card-
dead cards.
you have other
This
cards
is
that search.
true, Cliff. I used to play it up to BT21 Last Guardian. Such a funny card in deck. Uses the 104. Yeah, it has no space. Like, I know that
No.
for sure.
Oh
As a
no, it does
Royal
not.
Knight
Like
player.
you would have to get like super specific and spicy with it if you wanted if you want to slot it in. But you also risk getting rid of something important.
As a Royal Knight player, did Magna X give you trouble?
It shouldn't.
If not, you are now on the other side of that matchup to get an invite. I feel like I wouldn't give two shits about Royal Knights.
unless you consistently Evo into starter deck Magnamon, the matchup is a little rough. Especially if they have Oryukin Ace out, it's kind of bad. You have a chance, but you need busted strategies just to kind of get over it.
All right, and that is our match. Roll Knight is annoying for Magna X if they see or you can ace early enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the trend for almost any deck, you know.
Yeah, but it's especially annoying when it comes like when you're like trying to build something in the back and they consistently just keep dropping Oryukin, and you can't do anything. You can't even get a swing with a Magnamon off and just try and chip. Nah, you have to be very specific of like how you do things, because like one misstep and you're fucked in the entire game. I mean, it's how my freaking last round just went 0-2, and I'm just sitting there looking at myself and just contemplating my entire existence. Though I went back to my binder and went, "Hey, Medieval, you're back in, bud." Ice Wall, you did me well, but nah, man, I need something stupid.
All right, our round 3 pairings are up.
Panzer, I agree about Gen I's house, especially because they don't. Real Knights typically don't really do a lot of checks on your security, so it can sit there until they drop the BT13 Omni.
Let's go check out table 2.
Table 2, Gino versus Soren.
Damn, Panzer, I have no clue how many rounds we're playing.
Oh wait, I know this guy. Yeah.
I know it's 4 before and he's still gonna get mad. No. Absolutely not. I know better. I'm just gonna shrug you off. Like the little vermin you are!
Yeah, I know this guy. He's in this Magnamon group chat in this little deck building channel in this other server. Yeah, like this guy like really does love Magnum Vmon armors.
Yeah,
Runs
I know.
it very well too.
He wears the shirt to boot.
I mean, anybody can wear a Digimon shirt.
Ah.
I did contemplate getting like a couple of pieces of merch, but my mind immediately went to my freaking bank account, and my bank account said, "Fuck you." That being said, though, I am buying Time Strangers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, looks like we got armors out, but that is Armor Evolution is a whiff. Unfortunately, he bottom decks Grav Crush and Fire Rocket. And it looks like Gino is... Oh, Gino's back on the red hybrid train. Yeah, setting up Armor Evolution. Yeah, going 2 into a Goonie. Unfortunately, no Takuya turn 1. It's probably what he would have wanted out the gate, but I think he's about to either draw into it or it's about to get checked into with the Magnamon here.
He said, I miss Cross, Gino. That's insanity. Oof.
Oh, what do you know?
Oof.
It's the good one, too. It's the best one, too.
Koji. And he says,
hold
hold this Magna X. Hold it.
That's a nice tamer you have here. Eat this wall.
All right, let's see. There's a whole whopping 5 memory for Gino to work with. However,
wall.
Magna X is Magna X. Remember You know what the funniest thing about Magna X is? Remember when everybody was like, "Oh my lord, how do I get past Magna X?" Like, remember that was a time.
I never trusted those people. I just look anytime someone said, "How do I get around Magna X?" Me with my very, I'm not saying I'm a bad player. I'm decent at best. Even with my adept skill, I went. There's a fucking skill issue with you. I don't understand how you would look at this whole situation and go, "Well, I know how to get around it." Fucking get bigger DP, idiots. Fucking chip
Get
this
good
was
scrubs.
also the time. This was also the time where like Angels was running around. We had various aces in various places.
Mhm.
Hell,
Yep.
even Mother Shoto at that time could have blocked Magna right then and there. Like
It's the thing. People, I know people. Some like aren't happy with like the way the game is going, but like realistically, at the end of the day, I don't think any game is ever going to stay like perfect forever. And
No.
but perfect is also subjective, right?
Yeah.
Because perfect really means like, what do I enjoy? And for some people, like that means what the game was back in BT3. For some, that's what it was in
Ooh, boy. Oh, that is rough.
No ancient Greymon for you. Thankfully, it is bigger.
Protected, yes.
But
At that point, the DP boost plus the ancient gray made it bigger to where Magna X could not block, like I fucking said.
doesn't a Gunimon still die at the end of the attack, though?
I gotta check out a Gunimon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, one second.
Oh God, that is tiny text. If Digivolve by this effect, delete this Digimon at the end of turn. Yeah, for those who are unaware, when Digivolving, if Burning Greymon is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, if you have a blue or green Digimon or Tamer, this Digimon may Digivolve into Ancient Greymon.
Man, I gotta head into the table and be like, "Hello, I'm here. Stop playing."
I am here.
And there, and I'm like, "Hey guys," and they keep going. I'm like, "Hello, hello, stop playing. Your Gunimon is dead."
The Agoni whack! The burning
What the fuck just
whack!
happened?
The golden
Oh shit,
whack!
a fire rocket.
Oh
Yo,
yeah, like
that guy is so fucking awesome. I love
Fire
watching his
Rocket is-
videos.
yeah, Fire Rocket in Magna though is amazing. I prefer Final Zubagon Punch for the reboot because I think it's funny. Also, yeah, that guy is like amazingly hilarious.
I think the first video I saw of him was him as Mr. Fantastic. That's what I want to say.
So for me, it was when he was like climbing a ladder up onto his roof, like dressed as Kratos, yelling about bringing the child support to Olympus.
Oh no. I should play God of War. I really like Greek mythology and stuff. I should check that out.
Original trilogy is fun. I have a bias towards the 2018 God of War series, mostly just because it's Norse, and I like Norse stuff.
Yeah, I find like I don't know if you watch a lot of anime, but Vinland Saga was
My god, it's so good.
That first season was so fun. I don't even know why I watched it. I think it was just because people were like talking about it. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just check this out. So like I watched it and I was like, whoa. I had already liked like Greek and Norse and like all like everything having to do with like those cultures and whatever. Excuse my ignorance, not knowing part of what I'm talking about, but like that shit was fucking fire.
It's just not to dwell on it too long, but it's mostly just because like it was less about the setting and more of the setting playing a part in everybody's interpersonal like relationships and like how people reacted to stuff. and
Yeah,
just
for
like off the back of that, and just oh my god, so good. God, Thorfinn was just an amazing embodiment of how, of like the depths somebody can go to, and then what is it for? What is it for afterwards?
Yep.
Ooh, checked into the gravity crush. Nothing happens.
These security checks have been wild. I know, right? Bro, it's just like that first game we was watching. Fucking, what was it? 3 tamers and a fucking Tyrannomon? Shit.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like Gino can close out game here unless he has something to gain him some memory to go into another Aguni or Burning Gray.
He essentially needs 3 swings here. So yeah, he needs this. This is going to allow him to tuck something under. He's probably going to get him bigger than Magna X, which is good. Because 2, 4, 6, 8 into Alda. Yeah, he's definitely going to be bigger than Magna X, so he can purge it.
I mean, he's not going to be able to. Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, it's possible that the Magna won't block, but they just did. So turn passes, no blockers on board.
Says, we don't got to play this shit out.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's game over. You're the not last ditch effort, but the last play you had just didn't bear any fruit at that point. So no reason to go through all the hullabaloo.
If the first Ancient Gray hadn't hit the Magnamon, he probably would have been able to go for game.
More than likely, but that still would have been just one more security. And from what we saw, Magnus still had at least one more block at that point.
Right, but the bigger thing is, right, that it would have lived, so he would have had the on deletion to cycle through the entire stack. He would have gotten to, I think it's return hybrid or thing the hand and then play out Tamer. So he would have been able to play out the Tamer off of Ancient Gray and get set up for his next turn. Instead, he basically had to make that stack on his little Flamemon that he had there.
Yeah. But still, though, at the end of the day, would have, could have, should have, but didn't.
Should have, would have, could have, but security gods. It's the funniest thing is hearing people who don't play Digimon talk about, I don't like Digimon because of security. Security is one of the best parts about Digimon. It's what makes
makes it fun.
It makes it fun. It's unpredictable. Yes, it is luck sack at times, but it is the nature of the game. Like it is. Like people want to talk about luck sack. Let's talk about fucking Card Fight Vanguard, okay?
Okay, here we go. I'll be back in like 10 minutes when this is over.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go on about it. I'm just saying, Card Fight Vanguard is a luck stack game. Bro, got me mid sentence. Yeah, exactly, Cliff. Like, because Cliff has played Card Fight too, and triggers. I love the concept of Card Fight. I don't complain about it because I've always loved these sort of games that have extra mechanics that make them different than just your average TCG. And for me, like with Digimon, security is that. I know it's similar to, what is it? The Shields in Duel Masters, I believe. Man. So I like that aspect of it. Oh my good lord. Ooh, this guy is cracked. this guy is cracked.
Oh man, this just turned. Gino was in a bad spot.
You know what?
It's being choked to 1 anyway. This just made it worse.
I would need an abacus to count the amount of times I got no guarded at 3 and tied immediately. Yo, seeing all these Tamers pop out of security for prior, that Owen and Ryotaro, and now for Magramon. Yeah, Dan is right. I should just play Galactic so I can just pop all these pesky little fucking kids, because fuck them kids, am I right?
As a father, I can't say that.
I am also a father, but you know what? Sometimes my kids, they get on my fucking nerves. Sometimes they make me want to bash my head through the wall.
And looks like we're triggering Armor Evolution, going into probably another Magnamon. Yep, DP minus Magna for free.
He could probably get rid of this Aguni now if he wants to.
There's only 1 Magna trash, so it's only -2.
Yeah, but he's still, because it's only 5. Oh, it's just an Aguni anyways. It wasn't like a Burning Gray or anything, so he can't get
No.
rid of this if he so chooses. He
Ooh,
says
checked
nope.
into
Ooh. Ooh.
checked into the option. Plays
Oh,
a
that's
Tamer.
cracked. Oh, that's cracked.
upsetting.
You know what? I'm gonna ask Gino. If Gino's not playing Red Hybrid,
Armor
maybe I will.
texture. Is he gonna go to another Magna? No, Lydramon. Wait, he has
How do you feel that they confirmed level 7 Liberators in EX10? Isn't it just the level 7 for rocks? I don't know that they confirmed it for any other ones.
I don't know.
Pokemon Vanguard, Kaijudo, Duel Masters, Digimon Card Game counting systems have been around forever as life totals. It's not that though. It's just the fact that like cards activate out of security in the same way. Oof, oh, that's good too. In the same way that like for One Piece, like things activate out of life, and I think the shields activate in Duel Masters the same way. Anyways, though, Cliff, I do like the idea of level. I mean, obviously, you know, it was a given. Everybody's going to get a level 7 at some point. It is surprising that they're going to give it to Close first, though. I know that Shoto has Zafaga Ace, but I'm just surprised because I figured he would be the first one to get it, but now it makes sense if he would be the last one to get it, so to say.
In the meantime and in between time, ladies and gents, Armor Rush is earning its name here, just rushing into the security. 2 shields left. Now, thankfully, Gino has 2 Takuyas on board, and I believe one of them is the new BT21 Takuya. Because I don't know.
I love this Burning Gray.
I'm not good at recognizing alt arts.
No, that's just that's the new BT21 Magna.
Yeah, I couldn't recognize it at first.
It's because the art is so phenomenal for being a fucking rare.
Yeah, like I have the one of Hero, and I would probably sell it or just give it to somebody. But like, I just can't like not look at it. It's mostly just because Gamamon's adorable and he looks like the best boy there.
Fuck Gamamon.
I think he's
all my
cute.
homies hate Gamamon, including Cliff. Cliff definitely hates Gamamon. Don't let him fool you.
Okay, looks like they're closing the door.
All right, so swing block. Ancient Garden Deity. Huh? The fuck? I was gonna max the deck. Shh, Cliff. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. Smart play by Gino. Nasty play as well. He lets the Burning Gray die. He gets a Digicross using those things from trash. And now, Big Bad is sitting on board. Now, a starter deck Magna does hurt here.
It does hurt. I mean, trashing both sources, bouncing Ancient Gray, and then all you would have to do is just do the usual blitz. However, he doesn't have Armor Evolution out, so he won't be able to do it for as cheap.
Fun fact, starter deck Magna is like a $5 card now.
Is it?
Yep.
Goddamn.
So if you guys picked up double Typhoon decks and you never played Magna, you have $5 cards sitting in your bulk somewhere. Also, there's a listing for a Magna X at $800.
Why?
I am slightly intrigued. That's the lowest I've seen it in a while.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. That is insane. $800. Also, yeah, $449. That is ridiculous. So that's damn near $20 for a playset. Ooh, dropping Louis, getting that memory and swinging for the game.
Hey, it's just crazy because it's a starter deck card that was auxiliary to the starter deck, and it came in 2, and a lot of people bought those decks, and it's still a $5 card.
Lord knows I did. Like, well, it's because of like how useful starter deck Magnamon is, not only for Magnamon and armors, but just like Royal Knights as well. That is a security bomb waiting to happen.
I know those decks are harder to find. It's the same thing as like with the X-Anti body alt art from the Beelzemon one. It's just funny.
You're talking about the one with like Omnimon X and Alphamon in the background, right?
Yeah.
Huh. I was gonna say I have a copy of that one. Oh wait, no, I traded for that one. Ignore me. Appears as though we got Megidra versus Medusa Dinos.
Megidra.
I'm gonna slip into my Kentucky accent too. Granted, mine's a little bit more natural.
Medusa off to a rough start, though. Medusa's always off to a rough start. Bless you.
Okay.
It's just a sneeze.
It sounded like that you just got stabbed or something.
That's a fact. I was like, damn.
You probably sneezed before.
Not like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of short, but yes.
Digimon Liberator, yeah, he runs 3 of those.
I mean, because like 90% of the deck is Liberator based anyway. So I mean, you. Sorry, I'm trying to find words right now. It would be unfortunate if you didn't consider it. Like the only requirement though is to have something Liberator based on board.
All right, don't mind me. I gotta figure out how to print these damn tokens I'm working on.
No worries. We got Gromon X swinging into security. He lives, unless he was probably thinking to die. And we drop another analog youth, choking back to 1, picking up the War Growl. You gotta toss it, sir. There you go.
Greg, you would think, but it's not.
Right, that Owen is memory setter. Appears as though it appears as though that Kate is trying to set up for something big next turn, especially when he Digivolves into Lamia in the background. So all he has to do is just live this one turn, and he could be set up for an OT, not an OTK, but a pretty much just kill him next turn. However, Megidramon can do Megidramon things and just absolutely devastate the security. Check Growlix
It
into
is
Dino.
a good Friday, Gregory. How are you, Gregory? Long time no chat.
Good Friday was back in April. God, I'm a fucking dork.
Inches by 12 inches.
Leave for work in an hour. Well, hope you can occupy your time as you are getting yourself ready. Just make sure to not forget your keys.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
That too, I guess. All right, we got a War Gromon X with an X antibody proto form. Definitely looking to replenish their security once Lamia does her thing.
Sakuya's a good deck, Greg. Now is the time.
It is. Ugh. Had a rough go of it on freaking Sunday, let me tell you. So yeah, it looks like that War Growl is protected, so it can't be bounced to the hand or deck. And it is sitting at the very least 12k right now. Sorry, at the very least it would be 11k, but y'all know what I mean. And I believe that he doesn't have any blockers either. Definitely mapping out the Medusa play, or probably going to go into Dino. Looks like we're swinging with Lamia. Progress. Strip security. Effective the GG. Going into Medusa, maybe? I think. Are we not evoing? He's thinking about something. Looks like we're not evoing. Yeah, we're playing Liberator. Sorry, Vortex Resonance. I don't know why I thought Liberator. Ah, looks like they were reducing cost to go into Dino. For an extra 1 cost. Definitely going to be popping the War Grouse. War Grouse will definitely save a spot, and then, yeah, recover 1 with the Proto form. This also does make the Dino a just magnificent wall for the Digimon player to trying to get around. Granted, should be easy enough. That should is the keyword there. I was gonna say, Owen does Reptile and Dragonkin, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Reptile or Dragonkin, and Dinomon is a dinosaur, so it won't, unfortunately, won't trigger. But yeah, we're left at 1 after the Analog Youth and getting that Rush Gill played. It's kind of crazy that, well, it's not really kind of crazy, it's just dinosaur and trait. I don't know what I was thinking. Looks like we got another Liberator. Grab the Medusa. Drop a... Are we dropping a rookie? Nope, playing out Ryutaro. Definitely think about what they're going to be doing next. I'd Evo in the back into a rookie first and foremost. You never know when it's going to come up. From where I'm sitting here, it looks like even though the Dinomon player is lacking security at the moment, he's in a pretty good controlling position right now. Those are for counting security, 5, 10, 15. I'm assuming they might be dropping the Gallant. Yep, the recovery 1, boy. Apologies, chat. Just double checking to see what Gallantmon does again. I don't see him. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong page. Yeah, delete 1 Digimon with 13 or more, and then if it didn't delete, recover 1. And then yeah, triggers Fortitude, pops the Gallant. I'll wear the effort. Ooh, gaining a buttload of memory with the Tamer effects from the Ryutaro and the Owen. Yeah, it's swinging in with the Dynamon. If it lives, then it. Ooh, right. Checked into Proto form. Ooh, checked into a Takado. Now Dynamon, the OKK has a giant re-established the giant wall. Dropping a Tyranno for the full 5. Probably going to pop that Guilmon. Going into the, what was that, Master Tyranno? Yeah, Master Tyranno, suspend 1 Digimon. And then if this Digimon's suspended, delete 8k or less. So this is why, ladies and gents, that you should definitely, the moment you hatch, put a rookie in the back so you don't get ahead of yourself.
Yep.
You never know when it will come up, and you never want to have a wrong foot.
That is a fact. It's easy to say, I've got game, and you try to go for game, and then something happens, and your game plan is now messed up.
Yeah, as any kind of strategist will tell you, arrogance will kill you. Just like what happened to the Knicks on Wednesday. Who said that?
Oh, shit. Damn. Not the Knicks slander.
I watched that one before. It was so fucking funny, dude.
Damn.
Even the fucking choke sign, like shouting out Reggie. So funny. I can't say shit. They're in the lead right now. Not by much. Yeah, it looks like Dino Medusa takes it this day. At least in this round. And just like that, they're tied. Amazing.
All right.
Alright.
Let's go up to table 1 because Dan's still playing there.
Alright, what is Dan playing against? Looks like we got... Oh, we got Royal Knights versus Purple Hybrid in Turdaston. Technically, Frontier adjacent. In a way. I don't know. I'm just making shit up as I go at this point. Oof, checks into Louis.
Does Dan only have 2 cards in hand? Nah, it looks like he has,
I think he has 5.
it looks like 4 or 5. OmniX doing God's work. Hey, OmniX.
It's hilarious that the form that he tried to reject in that X Evolution movie is like what's saving this second meta right now.
That is funny.
Yeah, so you trying to reestablish can't play Digimon by effects. Yep, suspend the Cool Boys, gain 2, draw 2, recover 1 with the Alphamon. From what I'm looking at here, we got 2 Purges and a Last Guardian on board. Another Purge of the Royal Knights, gaining 3, dropping him to 1. Dangerous position here for Dan. If he's got those any kind of like memory gaining cards in his hand right now, he should be set for another like wave. Because I think all he would really need to do right now is not really swing with the Shamamon. But at least try and put himself in some position to not only gain a bunch of memory, but also just blitz those last 2 security. Because I'm looking at like 4 separate colors on board. Is he blasting into Oryuken Ace? Does he actually have the cards to blast into Oryuken Ace is the question I'm going to be asking. Does not. Looks like get the draw from the Koro. Honestly, 1 Jack Rage should be fine here if he has 2 hybrids in hand. Looks like we're hitting the calling from darkness. 1 hybrid, 2 hybrid, Ooh, Koichi. Does not have a Jack Ray, Blinding Ray, or a Gravity Crush. You'd figure. Oh, jeez. Drazel down. Drazel down. If the Royal Knights player does not have Omnimon right now, this it might be in Dan's favor. However, it also depends on what they're about to play out. Looks like they're counting trash, possibly for Gallant. At this point, oh, okay, I just saw the 2 Gravity Crushes. Yikes.
Come on, it's Dan we're talking about.
Well, I mean, I know the man's breaking skills are notorious, but it's still like one of those like right card, right time things. All right, we're dropping Omni X for what, 2 cost? No, for 3, but gains 2, so pretty much for 1. Checks into Dusk. Get that shit out of here. Oh, Crimson mode. Oh, Rye because of the trash. Give it rush. Oh, that is clever. Looks like Royal Knights takes this one against Purple Hybrid. I might have to close my door. Yeah, I'm gonna have to close my door. I'll be right back. I can still hear.
Yeah, Cliff, he's a degenerate, our boy Dan there.
Apparently.
Sir, you are. I'm not as. Cliff, how am I a DJ? I'm a wholesome guy trying to play wholesome decks, trying to have some wholesome fun. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
What?
He can tell you the story about what happened with me and laptops. Okay, so then. Wait, hang on, wait. He said why? He's not. Wait. He said 5. How much was your...
All right, there we go. Wholesome decks in this meta, yeah, man. Dynamon, you know. Had fun all night with chats after games. Fun night with the next two. That's good. At least you had some fun. Thank you to the Royal Knights player for teaching me a neat trick with OmniX and Crimson mode. Yes, that is correct, Rumburger. You can most certainly just say, how many cards in trash? Not so that you can play Gallantmon, but so that you can just drop OmniX and attempt to go for game. Medinomon, yeah, buddy, I like the sound of that.
I needed to get some water too. My mouth was parched.
Dino Dusa? No. I like Medinomon.
Medinomon. Medinomon is cool and all, but it makes me think of those shitty Tyler Perry movies.
Damn, shitty. Wow, you put some respect on my guy's name. He's had some
I will never.
movies. Damn, that's crazy.
Reinforcing stereotypes and driving all of that shit back of like a couple of decades. No.
Hey, we do what we can within the hands that we're dealt. You know what I mean?
I'm just glad that I'm justified in this mindset because like none of my in-laws like those movies either.
It's not for everybody. I definitely agree. They do have stereotypes and everything, but in the same, it's like art, right?
It's the same story every time.
He definitely, yeah. At a certain point, he definitely did get repetitive with that.
Especially with like half of the crap that he puts on his network. No, thank you.
I don't watch anything on his network anymore. Although the latest series he put out was, I think it was pretty decent. I can't remember what the fuck it was called though. I just hate the way that Netflix fucking released it.
Yeah, like I couldn't tell you just to save my life or anything. Also, very rough for the Digimon Emperor being out right now on board, because that kind of kills Dan's draw power in a couple of ways.
I just had someone do the Crimson mode on the X trick, and I hated it. Yup. It's a nasty one.
We saw it was disgusting.
Cool boy and a Digimon Emperor. Interesting Digimon Emperor.
Well, the Digimon Emperor out means Dan can't raise Ukos or Muchos efficiently right now.
It most certainly does. I just mean interesting in the way that deck space is so tight, you got to make cuts somewhere. So what kind of cuts are you making?
I'm assuming he's only running 3 Cool Boys. Checking. Nope, it's 4 with 3 Digimon Emperors.
That's crazy.
If I were to hazard a guess, maybe Omeka's? I don't know.
It's draw power, which isn't bad. But again, tempo.
Mm-hmm.
I never find time. I barely have time to play Cool Boys sometimes, let alone Digimon Emperor. I find so.
Digimon
different
Emperor,
strokes for different folks.
For sure, but like turn 1 Digi Emperor, it goes a long way.
Turn 1 Cool Boy goes a longer way.
Well, yeah, because like you maximize your value with the gain 1, draw 1, but like shutting down your opponent, especially if they were like say with like Armor Rush, they need to raise that Vmon. Like they need to raise a rookie only to have them get punished for it.
I'm not saying it's not a good card. No. I think everybody's getting caught up in me saying like I wouldn't run the card. I'm not saying that I wouldn't run it. I'm saying the space is so tight. Like Law said, I don't think a single Royal Knight player would cut Cool Boys. They're too good. I've seen people play 3 Cool Boy, 3 Omnimon X, and 3 Omekamon. Me personally, I can't damn well see my 4 Omnimon X, 4 Omekamon, and 4 Cool Boy, let alone for me to cut any of those to play any other cards. But even more so than that, like yes, you are ruining tempo. That's a big thing. It is draw power. I just I don't see where I have time to play that in a turn.
I understand that, but like I think the only way that you could is with like the opening play, honestly. Yeah,
exactly.
Like any other time,
turn one,
kind of pushing it.
Turn ones, Cliff, tell me, I'm gonna tell you something. Turn ones are for 3 things: a Cool Boy, a Magnamon, or a Last Guardian. If I gotta play anything else on my turn motherfucking 1, I'm in for a rough time. Now, yes, Digimon Emperor would be great on turn 1, but you know what's even better on turn 1? Cool Boy. The coolest of boys.
It looks like the Omegamon just can't seem to die in security. Like how annoying
welcome
is
to
that?
Omega jamming. Man, he's telling me about Roll Knights like I didn't have it maxed in BT13. I too had it maxed in BT13, Clifford.
Y'all have money?
Somehow.
I was like, that's the only takeaway I have from that.
Did you play it?
Jesus Christ.
Clifford, you can talk to all of Daniel and Michael, because Gino, I don't think Gino might have been playing around that time, but not as heavy as he's playing now. You can talk to them. I most certainly played that deck in BT13. So you can hop off of my metaphorical dick, Clifford.
Clifford.
He hates when I call him that. That's why I'm doing it. Right,
It's
Clifford?
because he doesn't like. It's because he doesn't like the big red dog.
He definitely does not like the big red dog. Your dick is your wife, not for me.
That is something I have never heard in my entire life. What the hell? Wow. Your dick is metaphorical. Oh God. Y'all out in fucking force tonight. Sheesh.
It's crazy. Man, based on these chats, they might be. Yeah.
We got a Jack ready to gain 1, add 3. Probably gonna go into a Velgar for 1. No Atomic Inferno. If I remember correctly, doesn't that Jesmon have a blocking token out?
It most certainly should.
Yep, blocks with the token, end of attack, probably pops itself.
I almost tore my ACL yesterday. Now I'm here to
Tear up
Barney.
I hope your leg is fine. If
I
that's
hope
anything.
it's not Panzer.
I will be the nice guy here. Right, he gains 3 if they block. I mean, I guess it's. I mean, that's a pretty good trade-off. Now, without any blockers on board, you could just blitz security, but you're not really in a better position. Could go into a Restrodramon right now. Yeah, end of attack. Popping to pop the Omeka. Omeka will slide another Royal Knight in. Royal Knight player is probably so happy right now because it's like, yay, you did your job, finally. Looks like going 2 to Dusk. Probably going to go into a Velgar on swing. I'll probably change the Emperor or something. Another Atomic Inferno. Gonna say you just put it in trash that turn down.
Might as well pop over here. Sorry, Soren. I've been hopping back and forth on my stuff I'm doing here. I haven't checked YouTube in a sec.
Yeah, apologies on that, ladies and gents. Got first check. Cool boy. That's dangerous. Second check. Last Guardian. That's also dangerous.
Damn.
Pretty good checks for the Royal Knights player. What is that? 3 Cool Boys and 2 Last Guardians on board now?
Yeah.
Tis rough. Tis rough. Yeah, looks like we're playing the Omega right after the Jesmon gets popped. I think. Oh, right. The wait, hang on. I gotta double check fucking Last Guardian. Yeah, you may play 1 Omega from your hand or trash. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking. It looks like Dan's trying to figure out what he's going to do next. Gravity Crush. He's going for game, ladies and gents.
Oh, Gravity Crush.
Superior mode for 4. When Digimon swing and get 2 other checks. Is he gonna ace? Is he gonna ace? All right, he rated it into the Jesmon. Playing out an Omegamon from the Cool Boy before the check. Looks like he doesn't play the Omega out. Security is... Or... He does. And Omega will play out Omni X. Yep. Bottom deck the Arrestor. It will delete the yep. Unfortunately, he doesn't get any of the undulation effects off. No memory left either. And no Tamer to use the Genku promote. Now unless he's got like another, because he's already used Jack Raid this turn. Only way I can see him getting out of this is another Gravity Crush and a Blinding Ray. And even then, Omni's a blocker. Pretty sizable trash. Yep. Gravity Crush again. That's 2 on board. Getting out the Rush Galamon. I believe that will pop Omnimon X, but he does have a Last Guardian to protect.
This is the promo Gallant. Or sorry, BT13 Gallant. That's a travesty.
Yeah.
Is gone. I don't know why. Oh yeah, that's why. Because he could do another one. I mean, you're gonna have to do another one.
Yep.
Like there's nothing to look at here. Your Omni X is gone. It can't block. It's dead. You have to play out the Omegamon, and then you have to go into another Omni X. Otherwise, you lose.
Yep. Looks like Dan got it.
It's a Royal Knights of the Purge.
Could have sworn it was Last Guardian. Because I could have sworn I saw 1 on board as it got buried amongst the Cool Boys.
That is that.
Is that
They
the
finished.
third?
Yep,
final
and
round? Or?
They finished right as no, it's one more round. They finished right as
lovely.
time was going to be called in about 30 seconds. All right, there we go. The spice my ass. Oh boy. All right, we'll stick at table 1. Bond Kun. Who is this? Who the fuck is Bond Kun? Ah, right here. Draw. Okay.
By the way, Pacers Knicks is still close. Like 1 or 2. It's a usual like 1 or 2 point lead. It's ridiculous. All right, we got final round pairings are up. 4th and the final.
Final
Ooh, we got-
round.
And we got a clash of strategies. We got a clash of aggression, essentially. Armor Rush versus Purple Hybrid.
Yo, Panzer said Dan always having the gallon. How do we end up in the high roll Dan timeline? That's crazy.
When you play what you love, ladies and gents, the deck will reward you. That's my takeaway from that, at least.
What do you guys think of the Birds resurgence? Birds can't really have a resurgence if it's always kind of been where it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always been in that rogue, player. God, what was it? Pilot oriented kind of deck.
Yeah, because it's not just Birds as a deck. It originally started as what's it called? Fuck, what's the deck I'm thinking of? Oh fuck!
I was gonna say you.
Oh, what?
You would probably know more than me.
Yeah, there was an iteration that was being played for a hot minute. I mean, obviously, Birds as a deck was being played rogue, but also Birds Ancient Gray was a big thing. That's what.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, Birds Ancient Gray, because yeah, that's the
Promo
thing.
Aguni is a vaccine, yeah.
With BT21, Geo Growl, and EX8. So basically, the Growlmon engine. I mean, oh, hold on, we gotta pop over.
Huh?
They started hella fast.
Yeah, they did. I thought you were already over there, if I'm being honest.
Hybrid Birds was wild. Yeah, Hybrid Birds, baby. Or more like, that's what it was called. Ancient Birds. There we go. Ancient Birds.
There we go.
Ancient Birds.
Ancient Birds was a fucking menace, I will agree.
This is definitely a better way to play. That's a better way to play Millie for sure. I heard it as Angry Birds. Angry Birds.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I like that. But yeah, deck has always been good. I mean, the cards themselves were very good. Recycling pieces, getting things in trash. You know, it's a very sort of purple-esque deck without being purple. And so it does what it does very well.
Being able to just flow in and out of trash like that is amazing.
Yeah, but Phoenix X with the Growl engine is insane. Yeah, and so was Ancient. Sorry, so was Angry. Birds.
Angry birds.
Angry birds. Hybrid birds? Are we talking about our factory farm chickens?
Factory farm chickens. Man, y'all are on something tonight, and I want some.
Phoenix X needs some oil and flour. That's crazy.
God damn, y'all.
Was very tempted to build it, but I like playing just the Phoenix line too much because I was beating Magna with it when it first dropped and got attached. Yeah, because of Garuda X.
Yep. Yeah, Garuda Ace.
Sorry, not Garuda X. Garuda Ace. Yeah. I mean, Garuda X is
the X as well. I mean, yeah, the X is pretty good, but like the Ace itself, you could just play it for 4 and then pop any blocker. Any blocker, doesn't matter what level.
Angry birds can kill you in a turn. They just made it easier to kill on the next turn. You know what? I regret ever knowing that deck is Ancient Birds because now I'll only ever refer to it as Angry Birds.
Honestly, same. Like, there's no point of saying anything else. Like, ladies and gents, words are not your food. You are allowed to play with them.
Oh boy, Atomic Inferno. He said, Magna X, you about to hold these checks. But I mean,
hold these checks, and if you block, I gain memory.
It's only going to be interesting. Oh,
oh, that's rough, buddy.
That's rough for Magnamon, really.
But like,
it's like
this
free
is the
Tamer. Thanks.
This is the second time in a row. Well, he also doesn't. I don't believe he gets the on play either, since it was technically already on board.
Correct. It's just a D that you roll.
But still, though, like consistently checking first. Like anytime you fucking like get into security, it's either that Magnamon or like a Tamer or something like that. This is like the second time in a row that we've seen that.
If I had this kind of luck, man, I'd be goated.
Yeah, I probably would have done better Sunday, but I won't waffle on about my mistakes. Oh, hey, another one-cost security check.
Oh, this is probably game.
Yeah, check 2 on suspend, check another 2, and then swing with the V.
Yep, that's it. This is game. Easy
Yep.
GG, no re.
Yeah, because at that point he was immune. Ooh, Fire Rocket to pop a blocker. Oh, and hey, Island of Adventure. I'm seeing a lot of lists use that. Not just Armor Rush, but also Magna X proper. It's a good way to get around Ruin Mode. Especially if they do, you know, Evo and then on deletion, so you get a neg-10 on board. Granted, you would have to have not only the Demi V, but either BT16 or BT21 Vmon as your inheritable with the Magna, so that's at least an easy 12. But still, once you get on board, that would be a 2K body. And then the moment you purge, wham, dead. Alright, looks like we got Dan. Yep, Koro Uko. Classic combo at this point since BT16's inception. He's got the good V out. Soren's got the good V going into Davis. So yeah, they are definitely hitting each other with everything they got right now. Dan's probably going to pick up the Velger. At least that's what I'd pick. No, it goes for the... I always miss the naming of it. Ginkakumon. Thank you. Yeah, get Ginkakumon promote. Swinging with the Uko, getting that free draw. And dropping the Koji. Draw one, trash one. Yep, drop Velger. Dan's probably not going to try and go for another check here. He probably needs something to help set up. Dropping a solar. And that is the can't reduce play costs. Grant. So unfortunately, V has to do that for no wait, no, that's only for evolutions. But yes, so pretty much Vmon doesn't really Armor Rush doesn't really doesn't mind the solar as much. You're probably going to check into the Uko. Yep. Get that piercing for like 13, but checks into Atomic Inferno. Security check. Everybody gets all your Digimon gain security attack +1 until the end of your turn. That is going to go far once it gets to Dan's turn, if it gets to Dan's turn again. Yeah, that blanket security attack +1. If he has another Atomic Inferno in hand, whew, that's going to be disgusting. Yeah, going into 21 Magna, I believe he only has 1 armor in trash. Yeah, so that's only a -2. Swing check. Oh, another
Interesting that he
Koichi.
chooses to not, probably because he has Elijahmon, I assume, or something.
He had. It's highly likely. Looks like, yeah, can I grab the Magnumon at that point? And going into Island of Adventure, getting that +2K.
Interesting. You're right, Dan. If Dan has a lot of unmappable memory, I know he has 1 there. He could potentially do some heavy fucking damage.
Speaking of which, well, it also helps that he Soren checked into Atomic Inferno, so all his Digimon
That's what I'm
has
saying.
security attack +1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this Muchomon is definitely getting 2 checks, which is crazy.
Yep. Like, it's a good play on Dan's part, and checks into Magna completely.
You gotta de-digivolve
missing.
yourself. Yep.
Have to de-digivolve yourself to bounce that Solarmon. Yep, exactly.
Now, the Muchomon does die to the security battle.
Correct. Because when it digivolves, it goes after the end of the battle. But also, Dan has 2 memories
Muchomon
to
is
play
dead.
with right now, and he can go for game. 2 security with a
Right,
free
at the end
security
of the
attack +1 on board. Disgusting. Yeah, it looks like he removed the Mucho. Oh, almost forgot the Mucho-Mon. Yep, goes to Velg.
Oh, this is
It's
probably
card
game.
3. Yep, it is.
13K.
2 checks.
Give me the checks. Give me the checks. Oh, show me the hybrid. Show me the hybrid. Show me the hybrid. Does he have the hybrid? No, it just
Hybrid
looks like
for
he
Dan.
has the
Come on, do it.
hybrid. Oh no.
Do it, Dan. Come on.
Yeah,
Come
pop
on, Dan.
the
You got
purge.
this. Okay.
Replay out Tamer. Oh, he has
Hybrid
it!
for
Oh,
game, baby.
that Atomic Inferno cracked.
Oh,
Muchomon for 2 checks. Let me tell y'all something. Muchomon is king. Muchomon is the way. Muchomon is the way for purple hybrid. Sorry, let me rephrase. Rest in peace hybrid. And it's the way for Zifagamon.
going down to the
Mucho
caravan
Mon,
on that one,
baby.
aren't you, Barney?
Yeah, boy. The way is crazy. The way is Muchomon, boy. Cliff, show me what the bird do. The bird, 2 checks at security. He said Island of Adventure. You know, honestly, that was probably a misplay, like all things considered. Knowing that your Island of Adventure is essentially a free check in security after you hit the Atomic Inferno.
Honestly,
Especially
yeah, but
because he didn't get rid of the Solarmon. Like,
it was also a bit of a gamble to try and see if he had another hybrid in hand. So like it was definitely a risk that did not play. That
Well,
a risk
it wasn't
that
just.
did not pay off.
It's not even a risk, right? If you're gonna look at it in that light, it was a misplay on like two to three accounts in the way that you didn't get rid of the Solarmon. Luckily, you got rid of the Solarmon because of the Magna insecurity. But realistically, you left him effectively 4 Digimon with 2 checks each.
Yeah.
Because you didn't get rid of the Solar. If you got rid of the Solar, it would have been fine. But he didn't get rid of the Solar initially. He opted to go for damage, which ended up giving Dan more of an advantage. And then you were able to get rid of it. But because Mucho lived through 2 checks.
Yeah, it was pretty much the moment Atomic Inferno came out of security, it was donezo. It was game over.
It's the kind of thing that definitely always getting denied around to play. I know, I wish people would tell me when they drop. I'm sorry, Panzer. If it's any consolation, I would have played against you, but I am here commentating. And then I gotta focus on getting another Atomic Inferno Ukomon on potentially 2 checks.
It's too early for that, unfortunately.
I could drop 35k to make it happen. 35k what? Oh, points,
I
you
assume
mean?
points. Yeah.
Two-check Uko. Have we seen this before? Let's see. Ukomon, do your thing. Do your thing, 21. All right, Uko first check. And it
Unfortunately, checks into Magna. Like, it's definitely something you should not waste for any stretch of the means, but it also just comes with a big risk, especially because of how low Uko is.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, yeah, you could check into like an option or a tamer and get off scot-free and not be punished for the second check. Because on check 2, who cares? You already won.
All we needed was a 1k Vmon. I don't know if there are any though. In this deck.
Not in
Because I
this
think
deck,
Uko's
no.
2k, right?
Uko is 2k.
Yeah.
Just rattling off Vmons in my head right now. I think they're all 2k minimum.
You know you want that armor Digi-Evolution.
Yeah, you want that. That will facilitate all of your bullshit later.
Considering you have Rookie and Raising,
Yup.
and you have the Lydramon, you don't need another Rookie.
It's the only choice at that point. Dropping Fire Rocket, get security tag +1.
All right, we're about to see 2-check Lydramon coming through, potentially
2 checks for 10. Devolver.
All right, it
And the
lives
deal.
both.
Drop the armor.
Remember my purple? The fuck is P/Luga? You mean purple hybrid Luga?
Eh?
With
Someone's
could
actually
have just
using
called
that.
it. Could have just called it Luga hybrid.
Hello, $50 card. Sorry, $60 card.
You could check it.
Check it out. Looks like we're taking the Uko.
He said ruthless aggression. Dan does have to deal with this Lydramon though.
You know what they say, ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Dan could go Ukomon in the back, because I believe he picked up the promo, the 1-0 promo. I think he's listening to me.
Only 2 Magna X in the list. Dan just needs to dodge it. I don't even think he has to worry about that. You know, it's armor rush at its core. He might be dead next turn if there's like another fire rocket in Soren's hand.
If there's
Like he has
another
to deal
fire
with-
rocket.
That's why he has to deal with this Lydramon now, and hope that there isn't a way. Especially hope that he doesn't hit any Davis's insecurity.
Well, fortunately / unfortunately, he has to change the Lydramon's color here, so he could change it to purple to pop it. Granted, it would
Double pop,
remain
right?
as a Vmon.
He has to account for armor evolution. Right, he definitely has to.
I
He has
believe Armor
to-
Evolution only factors in on the player's turn.
No, it's an all turns, isn't it? I'm almost positive.
Double checking. Yep, it is all turns. So that would run the risk of going into something like, say, starter deck Magnamon, hell, even BT21. Granted, that one's not going to really matter as much since your DP will definitely be higher. Looks like we're getting a hybrid back. Ooh, checks into
for the security
expensive
check.
flame.
He
Pop to
said
pop.
Pop.
Play out the Koichi. And we pop. Yep, going into Magna, unsuspend. Pop the Uko with the DP minus. And you have no attackers.
Yeah, this is probably game for Soren.
For sure, especially with 1, 2, possibly 3 swings. However, Dan could be saved if neither of them die in security, or at least armor purge in security. So without a Davis on board or a Digi Evolution. Actually, no, wait, completely ignore me. Armor texture. Never mind.
Armor texture, fire rocket. Dan can't play it on any Digimon because there's a promo Flamedramon chilling back there that's going to bounce the security to hand. So he's pretty much in a tough spot. The only thing that he can really do is try to play. He can't even play promo Gallant because there's no 13k Digimon on board for him. So
Nope. Nah, this might be it if unless Dan drops him to like one or something, but even then, one fire rocket and it's over.
The only thing that kinda helps him is Arrivals, but that's not even really a big. Yeah, exactly. And he shut off his red source by digivolving the Uko, unfortunately.
All right.
Give me the fire
Let's see if we got
rocket.
it.
Nope. So just gonna swing.
Swing.
Is just
Checks
Uko.
into Uko.
Magnamon check. Is
Darkdramon Ace. Purge. It's over.
and then
Mental training. Go into BT8 or 21 Magnamon, and you are done.
oh, fuck.
Gravity Crust for fucking safety. Oh,
No, he does. Yep.
he doesn't have
There it
it.
is though. But there he just got it.
He has it now.
Fucking Gravity Crush. I know Cliff is rolling over right now.
Rolling his eyes more like. And that's game for Armor Rush. I believe that's 1-1.
Is it? That clutch search, absolutely. Bro, I hate that fucking card so much.
There it
you
is.
and me both, Cliff. You and me both. Is it 1-1 or is it? I don't recall. I know it's at least 1-1, but I thought Armor Rush might have taken the match. I don't recall.
It's impossible, but I think we
It's 2-0, actually.
2-0. Could have sworn Dan had it last time. Oh,
He said Magna X bent Dan over real quick. That's crazy.
Crazy.
All right, we'll pop down the table too.
2-2. What do we have?
It was 2-1. I thought it was 2-1. Damn, Dan.
Huh,
See how your
okay.
own champion be treating you? Damn, y'all got 3 games in that fast. Yeah, they really did. That was like 20 minutes. Can't believe it's already over. I know, right?
All right, we got Royal Knights versus. What was it that you called it? Dinomes. Dimedus?
Doug Dimmadome.
Yeah.
Dimmadome.
Oh, Dimmadome?
I'm
to
Doug
the Timsdale
Dimmadome over
Dimmadome?
the Timsdale Dimmadome. The Dimmadome deck.
I am back.
Hello,
Hello, Dan.
Daniel.
Oh,
See how your
for
own
the-
champion be treating you out here saying that you got 2-0'd real quick?
I know, right? Just because that scrub over there is watching, not playing, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know, down at the lower
I
table.
can get
is
my
like an
games
absolute
fast. You know what I'm
scrub.
saying? Right. The fuck you talking about? I was definitely not expecting him to run Grab Crush and Armors. That was weird.
I will admit
That was unexpected.
it's been the talk of it's been the main talks, especially with Gravity Crush at 4. And
I had fucking-
a lot of the armor players were wanting to abuse the fuck out of that, and I will admit Soren was definitely one of the more leading the discussion.
I didn't realize the
Armor
effect.
Digivolution was on all turns.
I don't know. I guess doesn't matter if I attacked over and then end of attack pop. Would that have changed anything, or it happens the moment I attack over it?
If you attack over it, it would have purged end of your attack. I think it would have.
Does my end
interrupted
attack
that.
pop
wouldn't
off
have-
first,
N-
or does it
it
interrupt?
wouldn't- So it would have interrupted. It would have ended up following through, but you essentially would have still ended up with no body, and they end up with a rookie
Yeah.
because you would have swung. If you would have swung over it,
Yeah, because I was thinking, but I forgot about that card existing. Honestly, in his back row,
if you
Well-
had
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
an attack will not go first because of battle steps. Right. Okay. Yeah. So then.
right,
So he would go back to his rookie. That would have mattered for me, honestly.
yeah, if you had swung over it, you would have armor purged it, and then the moment the armor purge happens, you would have gotten bounced. Now, if you had made it purple, and then
I did
or
make
it doesn't
purple.
matter. It does. Sorry, that doesn't matter. If you had deleted, he would have needed to have a. Yeah, sorry. If you made that purple, if you targeted that to delete all lowest, by deleting.
Yeah, I
one,
would have deleted. I would have deleted the Vmon because it would have.
Yeah, because you would have armor purged.
Yeah.
You would have forced. No, it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, it wouldn't. You were fucked anyway. So
Yeah. I mean,
you should have just swung the Uko first.
no. If I swing over, wait. If I swing over the Magna, right? So armor purges, and then
You
he
can't
does his
touch
effect.
Magna.
What are you talking about?
You wouldn't. There was no way you would have gotten out the Magna.
Let me.
Like,
let
the
me
Magna
finish what
would've-
I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Target it for the effect to delete, and then it will delete itself again, right?
No, because armor purge prevents it from
But
being
the end-
deleted. So,
Right. But then it has to follow the whole effect of Velcro.
so
right?
what I'm saying is, you would target the Magnamon for the deletion, but it's by deleting one. You don't delete because armor purges when this Digimon would be deleted. Trash the top card to prevent the deletion. So you prevent the armor purge prevents your cost from being paid.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's definitely rough when armor purge is introduced.
Yeah, if I was playing normal purple hybrid, I would have been able to deal with it way easier, just because of Death Slingers having and stuff.
Yeah, I could tell that not having Death Slingers was definitely killing you. Like,
Yeah,
you
'cause
gained
that
a
deck-
lot of kill
that deck-
potential, but
Yeah, that deck when it comes to armors, I have no problem normally because I just all right, cool, Death Slinger. I just keep Death Slinger and stuff. Like it's not an issue in that. In this version that I'm playing, it's way harder to do that. No, don't want to tussle. I don't know how I feel about the deck, honestly. It feels weird. Huh?
Well, I was gonna say it feels. I mean, it might feel weird, but it's been very effective from what we've seen so far.
I mean, anytime I won, I still just did normal Purple Harbor stuff. So I don't know.
But like, I'm just over here. Like, what would you cut for a Death?
There's not in
Slinger
this
then?
version. It's hard to cover Death Slingers. Yeah, I mean, again, like I was saying before, if I was playing normal Purple Hybrid, I had no problem with him doing what he just did.
Yeah.
And also I have more the consistency of the purple, so I could just Evo over like a rookie or something. Like, it didn't bother me that much normally. I don't know if I really want to play this for tomorrow or not. Maybe not. I don't know.
all right, how about this? You should play this Magnamon Cool Boy list. And
No, I'm not playing bum ass Magnamon. Yeah,
just be
Dark
over here.
Digimon Ace was in my security, I think it was at the end, right? So
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of. If that Magna didn't get popped, you would have been okay. But unfortunately, once
Oh
you
my
checked into the Dark Digimon Ace, unfortunately, that just kind of spelt everything.
Yep.
Yeah, if you had Dark Dramonis, Soren would have been cooked exactly.
I mean, I think that was the same game where the first check was Magnamon. That also hurt me too. I hate seeing Magnamon security.
That happens. That happened a lot during Soren's matches. To be fair,
So dumb. I hate that shit. It sure is.
correct.
Sure
it
is.
does. It Digivolve on Evo and then pops a
It
level 4.
Digivolves and then all.
Sorry,
No,
lowest
it,
cost
no,
as
it,
well.
lowest play cost on board.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of Darkdramon, Dan, you did a Darkdramon in the Medinalmon game. Why the
Sure.
fuck did Elizamon stay on board?
That was a whoops. Yeah, it should have.
Okay. I was like, I'm sitting here and I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
why is this Elizamon still on board?
Yeah. I was definitely a whoops on that one. Forgot about that. I'll be back.
Yeah, you will.
Looks like the Medusa Dino player's in a rough spot. Royal Knights have a pretty good control on the board itself, and they don't have like a rookie to promote or anything. Not sure what all they could really do right here outside of building in the back. But even then, well, they could build in the back and they won't have much to deal with. Not unless, because like even if they like say have Omni in hand, that's only like what? Now that would be a full 5 checks now that I'm thinking about it. So I will shut up on that. That's the thing I don't really like much about Royal Knights is just death is literally around the corner at any time. Looks like we're doing Dino X for free. Sorry, for fucking 6. I don't know why I thought free. Pop Last Guardian, keep Omni X. I was gonna say, if he's got Omnimon in hand, this could be over. There he is. And
What's
yeah,
happening?
cool boys
What?
doing 3. Royal Knight's doing Royal Knight things.
Makes sense.
Yeah, with the on play, it'll bottom deck the Tyranno X, and then everything else happens. Dinos will technically get the search off, but you don't need it. Everyone gets rush and a swing. Die, draw, swing. Yep. This is game over. Aspirational Mega Gargo BT22 support playmat. It does look terrific, I'm not gonna lie. Looks like we're going to tip 3.
Oh man.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, we got Hunters versus Royal Knights. Royal Knights in full force.
Royal Knights in full force.
Man, that is a busy board in the back. Sheesh. Hard telling what Hunters is doing right now, especially.
Bro, I hate
way
the man that's playing
Sorry, go ahead.
Royal Knights. He has like his laptop on like airplane mode. That thing is loud as fuck for no reason. That was killing my ears.
Oof. Were you not able to turn him down then?
No, it's a lot of background and
wouldn't be-
ambient noise.
Yeah, it's
Fair
so
enough.
bad.
Looks like we're playing out the Omni. Yeah, playing out the Omni X. Fortunately, it doesn't get its on play. Well, fortunately for the Hunters player, unfortunately for the Royal Knights player. Ooh, dropping the Crimson mode. This might be it. Yeah, looks like we got 2 security left. Depending on how much in trash. And then, yeah, swing for game. From what it's looking like here, Hunters may have, not Hunters, Raw Knights may have taken it, and they did.
Not too surprising.
No, not too surprising. I mean, they Royal Knights control is just too. Honestly, it's just too good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that
All
is
right.
the 4th round.
That is it. Soren takes tonight with Magnamon Armors, is what Limitless is calling this. But it's Armor Rush because there's only 2 Magnamon. So, well, 2 Magnamon X. I
Yep.
should say. Daniel has showed out. He is in 2nd place with his Rip Hybrid. Gallant Greymon, 3rd place with Royal Knights, and Atos, 4th place with Royal Knights.
Woo!
Yay!
What do y'all think of the deck? What do we think about RIP Hybrid?
I like it.
The shaking of Barney's head is hilarious.
All right, so Soren, I'll reach out to you in regards to pricing, which I hope to have shipped out either over this weekend. Depends. We have tournament, we have regionals tomorrow, and then there's Sunday, so I shall see. Then Monday, of course, is Memorial Day. So for you Americans out there, well, most of us, that is our day off. I know I have the day off, so hopefully I can use that to get caught up with some pricing stuff. That's the goal, at least. But we'll be back here next week, Wednesday, for Ignition. So make sure
Yes,
to get
sir.
your registrations in. All the tournaments are on Limitless. Don't be like Panzer and register and put everything in at 6:30 p.m. on the dot, lest you risk not getting your participation pricing, as Panzer loves to play that very close game with registration. Also, keep in mind, we did change the date for TBL Ascension Series, which is now on June 7th, starting at 5 p.m. That is a Saturday. It is going to be a fun night. We have Panzer, our TBL Overdrive Vaccine Sir champion, taking on Leppy. No, not Leppy. Who won? It was Law. It was
Ray
Law.
Spectre?
Sorry.
Yeah, it was
Oh, for the
Yeah,
No, I
it's-
can see it.
yeah, he's
championship
taking on
match.
Law. And then we have the TBL Ignition Virus Break champion, Great Spectre, taking on Leppy. It's going to be a best of 5 conquest match. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure
Sure
you
is.
tune in, and we are going to have a fun night watching those matches.
Oh, for sure.
But make sure you guys do register for next week, like right now. Like I will even drop the link, and you can go register right now, and you can make sure that you're not late, like Panzer always is. And I'm pointing out Panzer because Panzer, it's always Panzer. I always got to refresh because the one time I refreshed at 6:30 on the dot, Panzer was like, "I got mine in before 6:30," and I was like, "I refreshed on 6:30, and you didn't put it in." So 6:30.
Crazy.
Wednesday, 7 p.m. Get in there, have some fun. Congrats to Soren for taking the night with Armor Rush. But that is it for tonight's stream. Thank you guys for checking out Overdrive. And until we talk to you guys the next time, peace out.
Later.
Catch up on the next one.